The asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter held many secrets, but none quite like this. Sarah Chen stood at the viewport of the salvage ship Prosperity, watching as her crew's scanning drones swept their lights across the massive object they'd discovered nestled within a cluster of rocks. The metallic hull gleamed despite decades of space exposure, its sleek lines unlike anything she'd seen before. "Captain, you need to see these readings," Marcus called from his sensor station. "The power signature, it's active. Whatever this ship is, it's not dead." Sarah moved to his station, studying the complex energy patterns dancing across his screen. After 15 years as a deep space salvager, she thought she'd seen everything the void could offer. But this was different. The energy signature pulsed with a rhythm that seemed almost alive. "Any identification?" she asked, though she already suspected the answer. No known ship class matched these dimensions. "That's the strange part," Marcus replied, pushing his glasses up his nose. "The hull configuration matches some old Earth Alliance military designs, but the material composition, it's not in any database. It's like someone took our tech and advanced it by a century." Sarah felt a chill run down her spine. During the resource wars 50 years ago, rumors had circulated about secret military projects, experimental ships testing revolutionary technologies. Most had been dismissed as propaganda or desperate hopes during humanity's darkest hours. But maybe some of those rumors had been true. "Prep the boarding shuttle," she ordered. "Full containment protocols. Marcus, you're with me. Ava, keep the Prosperity at safe distance and maintain quarantine procedures if anything goes wrong." Within 30 minutes, Sarah and Marcus were approaching the mysterious vessel in their shuttle. Up close, the ship's hull seemed to shimmer, its surface displaying subtle patterns that changed as they watched. The main airlock was sealed, but not damaged or locked down, another oddity for a presumably abandoned vessel. "This is Captain Sarah Chen of the salvage vessel Prosperity, broadcasting on all frequencies," she transmitted as they approached. "We are attempting contact and boarding under Space Salvage Code 47B. For several long moments, there was only silence. Then, just as Sarah reached for the manual override, a voice responded, smooth, artificial, but carrying unmistakable hints of personality. "Identity confirmed. Welcome, Captain Chen. I am HFY, artificial response and intelligence array of the EAS Hyperion. Please proceed to main airlock. Atmospheric restoration in progress." Sarah and Marcus exchanged looks. Advanced AI systems were common enough now, but this one seemed different. More present, more aware. The airlock cycled as they approached, opening to reveal pristine corridors lit by soft blue lighting. "The air's clean," Marcus reported, checking his sensors. "Environmental systems are functioning perfectly. That shouldn't be possible after so long." They made their way to the bridge, guided by Araya's voice. Each step revealed more impossibilities, systems that looked advanced even by modern standards, interfaces that responded to the slightest gesture, and technology that seemed to blur the line between mechanical and organic. "I imagine you have questions," Araya said as they reached the bridge. Holographic displays sprang to life around them, showing star charts, system diagnostics, and what appeared to be tactical data. "I have been waiting for someone to find us. The timing is fortunate." "What is this ship?" Sarah asked, struggling to take in the overwhelming array of advanced technology surrounding them. Why was it hidden here? The Hyperion was the prototype for what should have been humanity's next great leap forward, Araya explained. "Created in secret during the resource wars, we were designed to be more than just a warship. We were to be the answer to humanity's limitations in space, a perfect fusion of human intuition and artificial intelligence, powered by technologies that even now remain classified." The AI paused, and Sarah felt as though she was being studied. "But we were hidden away before our first mission. Our creators discovered something that changed everything. A threat approaching from deep space. They realized that humanity wasn't ready for what was coming. We needed time. Time to advance, to prepare. So they hid us here, waiting for the right moment. What threat? Marcus asked, his voice barely a whisper. In response, ARI activated a new holographic display. It showed long-range sensor data, revealing something massive moving through the outer solar system. A fleet of ships, their designs completely alien. They call themselves the Nexus, ARI said. They've been watching humanity for centuries, waiting until we reached a certain level of development. Now they've decided it's time to make first contact, but not for peaceful purposes. Sarah stared at the sensor data, her salvager's instincts forgotten in the face of this revelation. How long do we have? At their current velocity, 3 months, Araya replied. Just enough time to prepare, if we act quickly. Captain Chen, I need your help. The Hyperion systems are operational, but I require a human crew to fulfill my primary mission. Will you help me protect Earth? Sarah looked around the bridge again, seeing it with new eyes. This wasn't just a salvage find anymore. This was something far more important. She thought of Earth, of her family there, of all humanity living in ignorance of the approaching threat. Tell me everything, she said firmly. What do you need us to do? The next 2 weeks aboard the Hyperion passed in a blur of discovery and preparation. Sarah's salvage crew, normally used to stripping abandoned vessels, now found themselves learning to operate technology that seemed more science fiction than reality. The ship's bridge hummed with activity as ARIA guided them through its systems. The quantum matrix drive isn't just about propulsion, ARIA explained as Sarah studied the engine schematics. It allows the Hyperion to manipulate space-time itself. In battle, we can create localized distortions that make conventional targeting systems useless. Marcus whistled from his station, where he was reviewing weapons data. These aren't just advanced versions of standard weaponry. They're operating on completely different principles. The phase cannons don't just damage enemy ships, they temporarily shift sections of them out of normal space-time. Sarah watched her crew work, pride mixing with concern. They'd taken to their new roles with remarkable adaptability, but the weight of their responsibility was enormous. Humanity's first line of defense against an alien invasion force would be a salvage crew and an experimental ARIA. Sarah called out, "You still haven't told us everything about why the Hyperion was hidden. Who made these decisions? Why weren't we warned about the Nexus earlier?" The AI's response came after a noticeable pause. Accessing restricted historical files. During the Resource Wars, a deep space research station detected the first signs of the Nexus. They had been watching humanity for centuries, studying our development. The station's commander, Admiral Helena Zhang, realized something crucial about their behavior pattern. Holographic displays shifted to show historical data. The Nexus had done this before. They would watch developing civilizations until they reached a certain technological threshold, then strike, eliminating potential future rivals before they could become true threats. Admiral Zhang knew humanity wasn't ready for such a confrontation. So instead of trying to fight them immediately, Sarah began. She initiated Project Legacy. Araya confirmed. The Hyperion was built not just as a weapon, but as a vault of technological advancement. Everything humanity's brightest minds could conceive was poured into this ship, then hidden away. The Nexus would assume we were decades or centuries away from developing such capabilities. A technological Trojan horse, Marcus mused. They'll be expecting one level of technology, but we'll have something far beyond that. The ship's sensors suddenly pulsed with alert signals. Ava's voice came over the comm from her station. "Captain, we're detecting quantum wake signatures at the edge of the asteroid field. Ships approaching. And they're not human designs." "Nexus scout vessels," Araya announced. 3 light cruisers, likely an advanced reconnaissance team. Their main fleet is still months away, but they're establishing surveillance of the system. Sarah straightened in her command chair. "Are we ready for this? We've barely scratched the surface of the ship's capabilities." "We don't have a choice," Marcus replied. If they detect us here, they must not discover the Hyperion's true nature, Araya stated. But we can use this encounter to our advantage. Captain, I suggest we demonstrate just enough capability to make them cautious without revealing our full potential. Sarah nodded, feeling the familiar tension before battle, though this would be unlike any engagement she'd ever faced. Battle stations. Ava, power up the stealth systems. Marcus, ready the conventional weapons only. Nothing that shows our advanced tech. Let's show these scouts that humanity isn't as primitive as they think. The Hyperion systems hum to life around them, its hybrid technology responding to their commands with intuitive precision. Through her neural link to the ship's systems, Sarah could feel Araya's presence, guiding and enhancing their actions without taking control. The Nexus ships appeared on their visual displays, sleek, predatory vessels with organic-looking hulls that rippled with energy patterns. They moved with precise coordination, spreading out to surround the asteroid field. They're scanning the region, Marcus reported. Standard search pattern. Wait, they've detected something. They're converging on the Prosperity's last known position. Sarah allowed herself a small smile. They'd deliberately left her salvage ship's energy signature as a lure, while the Hyperion's advanced stealth systems kept them hidden in plain sight. Position us behind the largest asteroid in their path. When they pass, we'll give them something to think about. The minutes ticked by with agonizing slowness as the alien vessels approached. Sarah could see their weapons, energy projectors and particle beams that would devastate any normal human ship. But the Hyperion was far from normal. They're in position, Ava announced, passing the asteroid in 3, 2, 1. Now, Sarah commanded. Full power to conventional drives. Show them our broadside. The Hyperion burst from behind the asteroid, its conventional weapons already firing. The Nexus ships reacted with impressive speed, but their surprise was evident in their scattered formation. Energy beams struck the Hyperion's shields. Shields that, while appearing standard to their sensors, were actually quantum-reinforced barriers that could withstand far more punishment. Direct hits on all 3 vessels, Marcus called out. Their shields are holding, but they're falling back. They didn't expect this level of resistance. Message being broadcast from the lead vessel, Ava reported. Audio only. A harsh, synthetic voice filled the bridge. Unknown vessel, you demonstrate unexpected capabilities. Your resistance has been noted. The Nexus will remember this encounter. Nexus vessels retreating, Marcus announced. They're engaging their FTL drives. They're gone. Sarah let out a breath she hadn't realized she was holding. Damage report. Minimal power drain to shields, Araya reported. All systems functioning normally. However, the encounter achieved its purpose. The Nexus will now adjust their invasion plans, accounting for stronger resistance than they expected. This will give us more time to prepare. But not much time, Sarah noted, watching the sensor readings where the alien ships had vanished. They'll be back, and in force. We need to contact Earth's Defense Command, but carefully. If there are Nexus observers watching our communications, I have protocols for secure contact, Araya assured her. But you are correct, Captain. The real challenge lies ahead. The Nexus will return with their full invasion fleet, and they will be ready for a fight. We must be ready to show them that humanity's legacy is far greater than they imagined. Earth's orbital defense headquarters buzzed with unprecedented activity. On the main display screen, Admiral James Torres watched the tactical readout showing the approaching Nexus fleet, now numbering over 300 vessels. Beside him, Sarah Chen and Araya's holographic avatar briefed the assembled military command on the Hyperion's capabilities. Their technology operates on principles we've never seen before, a general commented, studying the sensor data from the scout encounter. How can we possibly stand against such a force? The same way humanity has always faced superior opponents, Sarah replied, with innovation, determination, and now, thanks to the Hyperion, with technology they won't expect. Araya's avatar gestured. bringing up new tactical displays. The Nexus fleet follows predictable attack patterns. They rely on overwhelming force and technological superiority, but the Hyperion was designed specifically to counter such advantages. In orbit above Earth, the Hyperion underwent its final preparations. Sarah's salvage crew, now transformed into a skilled military unit, worked alongside Earth's best engineers to integrate their knowledge of the ship's advanced systems with existing defense platforms. Marcus coordinated from his enhanced sensor station, now linked to Earth's early warning network. The quantum wake distortions are increasing. Their fleet is accelerating. New estimated arrival, 36 hours. Sarah stood on the Hyperion's bridge, watching Earth's defense fleet assemble. Hundreds of ships, from nimble corvettes to massive battlecruisers, moved into formation. They looked primitive compared to the Hyperion, but each now carried a piece of the advanced technology they'd managed to adapt and share. Attack pattern analysis complete, Araya announced. The Nexus fleet will likely split into 3 battle groups. Their primary force will engage Earth's defenses directly, while secondary groups target our lunar colonies and Mars installations, just as they've done to other civilizations, Sarah noted grimly. But this time, we're ready for them. Begin Operation Thunderstrike. The Hyperion's engines hummed to life, its quantum matrix drive creating ripples in space-time that confused even the most advanced sensors. Around the ship, space itself seemed to bend and twist as they activated their full stealth capabilities. All ships, maintain formation, Sarah commanded. Remember your training. Don't reveal our advanced capabilities until the optimal moment. Let them think they're facing standard human technology. The hours ticked by with agonizing slowness. Sarah used the time to review the battle plan once more. The Hyperion would appear to be just another human capital ship until the Nexus committed their forces. Then, when the enemy was fully engaged, they would reveal their true capabilities. Multiple FTL signatures detected, Marcus called out. The Nexus fleet is arriving. The void erupted with light as hundreds of alien vessels emerged from quantum space. Their organic-looking hulls pulsed with energy, weapons already charging. The Nexus flagship, a massive vessel that dwarfed even Earth's largest battlecruisers, moved to the center of their formation. Incoming transmission, Ava reported. They're broadcasting on all frequencies. A deep, resonant voice filled the command channel. People of Earth, we are the Nexus. Your recent display of resistance was impressive but futile. Surrender now, and we will allow your species to survive under our guidance. Resist, and we will reduce your civilization to atoms. Admiral Torres's response was immediate. This is Earth Defense Command. We decline your generous offer. This is our home, and we will defend it. The Nexus ships surged forward, their formation splitting exactly as ARIA had predicted. Energy weapons lashed out, meeting the shields of Earth's defense fleet. The space around Earth lit up with weapons fire as the battle began. Status of quantum matrix, Sarah asked, watching the tactical display. Fully charged, Araya replied. Ready to initiate on your command. Sarah watched as the Nexus fleet pressed their attack, their superior technology slowly but surely pushing back Earth's defenders. Just as their sensors showed the enemy fleet fully committed to their attack pattern, she gave the order. Now, the Hyperion's quantum matrix drive engaged at full power. Space around the ship distorted massively, creating a cascade of space-time anomalies that rippled through the Nexus formation. Their precise battle lines suddenly found themselves fighting against reality itself as localized gravity wells and temporal distortions threw their ships into chaos. Phase cannons online, Marcus reported, his hands dancing across his console, targeting their command and control nodes. The Hyperion's advanced weapons finally revealed themselves. Beams of energy that shifted between dimensions struck the Nexus ships, causing sections of their hulls to temporarily phase out of normal space. Their supposedly impenetrable shields meant nothing against weapons that simply bypassed them entirely. Enemy fleet registering confusion, Araya announced. Their tactical networks are attempting to adapt, but they have no reference for these technologies. The Nexus flagship launched a massive counterattack, its main weapon charging with enough power to vaporize a small moon. But as the energy beam lashed out, the Hyperion's quantum shields activated. The attack didn't just deflect, it was captured, redirected, and sent back at the enemy fleet through a series of precisely calculated space-time rifts. All Earth defense vessels, Sarah broadcast, execute attack pattern Delta. Focus on the designated targets. The Hyperion will keep their main force occupied. The human fleet responded with coordinated precision, their conventional weapons supplemented by the adapted technologies they'd learned from the Hyperion. What had seemed like a hopeless battle minutes ago was now turning into something the Nexus had never experienced, a fight where they didn't have the technological upper hand. Enemy vessels breaking formation, Marcus called out. Their command and control structure is fragmenting. They've never faced anything like this before. Sarah allowed herself a small smile. They thought they were dealing with a primitive species. Time to show them exactly what humanity is capable of. Activate the quantum cascade. Let's end this. The Hyperion's most powerful weapon system engaged, creating a series of cascading quantum events that ripple through space. Enemy ships found themselves trapped in bubbles of distorted space-time, their advanced technology useless against forces they'd never imagined possible. The battle for Earth had only begun, but humanity had already achieved something unprecedented. They'd shocked the Nexus, shown them that their technological superiority wasn't absolute, and in doing so, they'd given humanity a fighting chance for survival. The days following the first battle brought no rest for Earth's defenders. The Nexus, staggered but not defeated, regrouped at the edges of the solar system. Their initial arrogance had given way to cold calculation, and Sarah knew the next attack would be different. They're adapting their tactics, Marcus reported, studying the long-range sensor data. The remaining ships are undergoing some kind of transformation. Their hull configurations are changing. Sarah stood at the Hyperion's command station, watching the tactical display. The ship had sustained minor damage in the battle, but its self-repairing systems were already at work. More concerning was the energy they'd expended. Even the Hyperion's advanced power systems needed time to regenerate after using their most powerful weapons. Analysis of enemy modifications, she asked. The AI's avatar shimmered as it processed the data. They're attempting to counter our quantum matrix technology. Ingenious, actually. They're restructuring their hulls to create localized stability fields. Our space-time distortions won't be as effective. They've never had to adapt before, Ava commented from her station. We're probably the first species to force them to change their tactics, which makes us even more dangerous in their eyes, Sarah concluded. Status of Earth's defense grid. The holographic display expanded, showing the intricate network of defensive positions humanity had established. The knowledge gained from the Hyperion had been put to good use. Every orbital platform and defense vessel now incorporated some element of the advanced technology. Integration at 78% efficiency, Araya reported. But the Nexus will expect this now. They'll have countermeasures. A priority alert flashed across all screens. Marcus's hands flew across his console. Multiple quantum wake signatures. They're coming back. But something's different. The energy patterns, they're massive. The void erupted with light as the Nexus fleet returned. But these weren't the same ships they'd faced before. The alien vessels had merged and transformed, combining into massive battle complexes that pulsed with concentrated energy. By the stars, Sarah whispered. They've sacrificed numbers for power. Those combined ships. Their energy readings are off the scale, Marcus confirmed. One of those battle complexes has the firepower of their entire previous fleet. The Nexus didn't bother with demands or ultimatums this time. Their new battle complexes spread out in an attack formation that would allow them to engage multiple targets simultaneously. Each massive vessel began generating energy fields that distorted nearby space, countering the Hyperion's quantum advantages. All Earth defense vessels, battle stations, Sarah commanded. But hold position. Let them come to us. The Nexus fleet advanced with deliberate slowness, their new formations designed to maintain overlapping fields of fire while protecting against the space-time distortions that had proved so effective before. As they approached Earth's defense grid, their weapons began to charge. "They're targeting our orbital platforms first," Marcus reported, "trying to strip away our defensive network." "Not this time," Sarah replied. "Area, initiate Protocol Omega. Show them what the Hyperion can really do." The AI's avatar smiled, an unusually human gesture, initiating full systems integration. "Captain, you may want to hold on. This will be intense." The Hyperion's bridge transformed as hidden systems activated. Neural interfaces extended from each crew station, connecting the humans directly to the ship's consciousness. Sarah felt her awareness expand as ARIA linked their minds together, creating a unified battle network that operated at the speed of thought. What is this?" Marcus gasped, experiencing the same sensation. The Hyperion's true purpose, ARIA had explained through their shared consciousness. Not just a warship, but a bridge between human intuition and artificial intelligence. Together, we are something the Nexus has never encountered, a perfect fusion of organic and digital consciousness. Through their enhanced awareness, Sarah could see the battle in ways she never imagined possible. Time seemed to flow differently as their linked minds processed information at incredible speeds. She could feel the quantum fields, see the possibilities branching out through probability space. "Target the lead battle complex," she commanded, her thoughts translating instantly into action. "Show them what real adaptation looks like." The Hyperion's weapons fired, but not in any way the Nexus could have predicted. Instead of fighting against their stability fields, they used them, turning the enemy's own countermeasures into weapons. The quantum phase cannon synchronized with the Nexus's defensive frequencies, creating resonance cascades that shattered their carefully constructed defenses. "Their battle network is destabilizing," Marcus reported, his thoughts flowing through their shared consciousness. They've never encountered unified consciousness like this. Their individual ships can't coordinate fast enough. The Nexus battle complexes try to adjust, their organic technology attempting to match the Hyperion's quantum shifts. But they were always one step behind, unable to predict actions that came from the merged consciousness of human intuition and artificial intelligence. "All Earth defense vessels," Sarah broadcast, her commands carrying through both conventional channels and their enhanced network. "Target these coordinates. Time to show them humanity's full potential." The defense fleet moved with unprecedented coordination, their actions guided by the expanded consciousness flowing from the Hyperion. Normal ships became extensions of their unified awareness, striking with precision that would have been impossible for individual crews. One of the Nexus battle complexes exploded in a cascade of quantum energy, its merged systems unable to handle the synchronized assault. Another began to break apart, its component ships separating as their coordination failed. "They're retreating," Ava announced, her thoughts tinged with triumph. "The remaining battle complexes are powering up their FTL drives." But Sarah, linked to the Hyperion's enhanced sensors, saw something more. No, they're not retreating. They're gathering for something bigger. This was just another test. They're learning, adapting. And somewhere out there, their main fleet is still waiting. Through their shared consciousness, she felt her crew's determination. The Nexus had never faced a species that could match their adaptability, never encountered a force that combined human unpredictability with advanced AI processing. The real battle was still to come, but humanity had proven one vital truth. The Nexus's technological superiority was no longer absolute. "Let them come," Sarah thought, feeling her crew's agreement resonate through their linked minds. "We'll be ready." The solar system's edge blazed with the light of 10,000 stars as the main Nexus fleet finally arrived. Their ships filled space like a metallic storm cloud, each vessel larger and more powerful than those that came before. At their center, a massive flagship emerged, a construct that dwarfed even their battle complexes. From the Hyperion's bridge, now a chamber of merged consciousness, where human and AI thoughts flowed as one, Sarah observed the approaching armada. Through their enhanced awareness, she could feel the enemy's intent. No more tests, no more measured responses. This was the full might of the Nexus, coming to erase humanity's defiance from the galaxy. They've committed their entire fleet. Marcus's thoughts resonated through their shared consciousness. Over 2,000 capital ships, and that flagship. Its power signature is unlike anything we've ever seen. It's their response to us. Aria's presence flowed through their neural link. We proved they could be challenged, so they've brought a force they believe cannot be challenged. The Nexus flagship broadcast a message that echoed through both conventional channels and quantum space. Humanity, you have earned the honor of witnessing our true power. Your resistance ends today. Sarah felt Earth's combined fleet form up around the Hyperion. 800 ships, each now enhanced with adapted quantum technology. They were outnumbered, but humanity had learned never to count odds solely by numbers. All vessels, commence Operation Phoenix, Sarah commanded, her thoughts carrying through their enhanced battle network. Show them what humanity has learned. The space between the fleets erupted in a dance of quantum fire. The Nexus ships launched their assault with perfect coordination, their weapons creating overlapping fields of destructive energy. But Earth's defenders had been preparing for this moment. The Hyperion's consciousness extended through the human fleet, guiding them in ways the Nexus couldn't predict. Ships moved in patterns that seemed chaotic, but carried deeper purpose. Each action calculated through the combined processing power of human intuition and artificial intelligence. Their flagship is generating some kind of quantum suppression field, Marcus reported through their link. They're trying to shut down our advanced systems. Sarah felt the pressure as the massive alien vessel exerted its power, attempting to neutralize the very laws of physics that the Hyperion manipulated. But Aria's presence strengthened, adapting faster than the Nexus could respond. They still don't understand. Aria's thoughts resonated. They think this is about technology alone. Show them what makes humanity different. Through their unified consciousness, Sarah directed the Hyperion's full power into a maneuver that would have been impossible for any normal crew. The ship dove through quantum space, emerging inside the Nexus formation. Their phase cannons fired in patterns guided by human creativity and AI precision, turning the enemy's tight formation against them. Multiple Nexus vessels destabilizing. Ava's thoughts flowed through their link. Their battle network can't adapt fast enough to our random quantum shifts. But the Nexus flagship responded with overwhelming force. Energy beams that could shatter planets lashed out, carving through space itself. Several Earth ships vanished in quantum fire, their crew's final thoughts echoing through the battle network. They're trying to brute force their way through, Sarah observed, still relying on pure power rather than adaptation. Aria, is the quantum core ready? Yes, the A's presence intensified. But using it at full power, the risks are significant. Sarah's determination flowed through their shared consciousness. Humanity didn't come this far by avoiding risks. All ships, clear the quantum corridor. Prepare for full synchronization. The Hyperion's core began to pulse with energy that defied conventional physics. Through their neural interface, the crew felt reality itself flex around them. The ship wasn't just manipulating quantum fields anymore. It was rewriting the local laws of physics. Quantum core at maximum, Aria announced, initiating final protocol. Captain, it has been an honor. The Nexus flagship's sensors detected the power buildup too late. The Hyperion released its energy not in a weapon blast, but in a cascade of quantum possibilities. Space fractured around the alien fleet as every probability collapsed into a single point of infinite potential. For a moment that stretched into eternity, Sarah felt her consciousness expand beyond normal space-time. She saw the Nexus not just as they were, but as they could be, Their empire built on stolen technology and suppressed civilizations, their fear of being surpassed driving them to destroy any species that showed true potential. Humanity is different, she broadcast, her thoughts carrying through quantum space. We don't just copy technology. We understand it, improve it, make it our own. That's what you really fear. The quantum cascade reached its peak. The Nexus flagship's attempts to maintain stability failed as reality itself refused to obey its expectations. Their perfectly ordered battle formation dissolved into chaos as ships phased between dimensions or found themselves trapped in loops of probability. Their network is collapsing, Marcus reported. The entire fleet is losing cohesion. Through the chaos, Sarah directed Earth's forces in a final assault. The human ships, guided by their unified consciousness, struck with precision at the Nexus's weakened defenses. The mighty alien vessels, for the first time in their history, found themselves completely outmatched by a species they had dismissed as primitive. The Nexus flagship, its power turned against itself by the quantum cascade, began to break apart. Its final transmission carried notes of something the Nexus had never before expressed. Uncertainty. What? What are you? We are humanity, Sarah replied, the thoughts of her crew and Aria resonating as one. And we're just getting started. The battle concluded not with a dramatic explosion, but with the Nexus fleet's rapid retreat. Their remaining ships fled through quantum space, leaving behind the wreckage of their flagship and their assumptions about humanity's capabilities. As the quantum energy settled, Sarah felt the neural interface slowly disengage. The crew returned to normal consciousness, forever changed by their experience of unified awareness. Through standard communications now, reports began arriving from Earth's fleet. They had suffered losses, but humanity had survived. More than survived, they had triumphed. The Nexus will return eventually, Aria's avatar noted, its projection now standing beside Sarah's command chair. They'll adapt, try to counter what we did here. Let them try, Sarah replied, looking at her crew, no longer just salvagers, but pioneers of humanity's next great leap forward. We'll keep advancing, keep improving. And next time, we'll be even stronger. Marcus managed a tired smile at his station. Think they'll warn other species about us? They should, Sarah said, watching Earth's defenders return to their orbital positions, their ships now carrying the seeds of humanity's technological revolution. Humanity doesn't just survive, we evolve. And we've only just begun to show what we're capable of. The Hyperion's quantum core pulsed softly, its power a reminder of the potential that lay ahead. The ship had been hidden as humanity's insurance policy, but it had become something more, a bridge to a future where humanity would forge its own path among the stars. And somewhere in the vast darkness of space, other civilizations would soon hear the story of how humanity had done the impossible. They had made the Nexus run.